Hey guys, welcome back to Jeeps on the Run, and today we're going to do a 30,000 mile update. If you remember, follow back, we did a 1 month, a 20,000 mile update, and now 30,000. We've actually got a little over about 33,000 miles. So we're going to talk about some of the hiccups we hit between the 20 and 30,000 mile mark, and we'll dive in, we'll talk about the 4xe. So up until 20,000 miles, we really had no major issues to speak of. The only issue we had, if you remember, was the creaking ball joints, which were not 4xe specific. We've got a link to the fix there. Just more recently, if you're following along with the 4xe, there's what they call the ZB7 recall, and it was a recall. There was an issue that the vehicle could have a sudden loss of power. So everyone rushed in to get this recall done. I want to say it was December 15th that they came out with the update for the recall, and everyone rushed to get this done. And if you're paying attention to Jeeps on the Run, Jeeps on the Run, and as well as any of the 4xe forums, you'll see that after the ZB7 update, kind of all hell broke loose on the 4xe. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the issues we had with it, and if you're considering purchasing a 4xe, maybe some of the hurdles that you might be up against or you may not be against, and what to watch for if you're looking to purchase one. The first time we brought ours in for the ZB7 recall, I had about a 9-page RO, repair order, if you're not familiar with. And it was every system, IDCM, the HPCs, all of the different modules on the 4xe were basically due for an update. So again, that would depend on what year and when yours was built and everything as to how many systems your vehicle needed. So we really didn't have many issues for a few weeks after the IDCM and after the ZB7 recall, up until we kept getting charge failure notifications on the dash, check charging system, it wouldn't charge. Actually, to the point at one time, the vehicle was not even plugged in, and the Jeep thought it was still plugged in and the vehicle wouldn't come out of park. We actually thought we were going to have it towed, recycled the engine a few times, and actually got it to understand that it wasn't plugged in, and we drove it to the dealership. I don't blame the dealership at all for any of these issues. My dealership has been great. There's multiple correspondences and star cases between my vehicle and the management team at Jeep and the engineering team at Jeep. So my dealership has gone above and beyond for helping me, so I don't fault the dealership. If anything, I praise them. Right, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fox Lake. I think this ZB7 recall was pushed out too early. They didn't know exactly the ramifications and what the fix was. After the ZB7 recall came out, the system was more sensitive. So I think what was happening is you actually had other systems in the Jeep that were malfunctioning that now the ZB7 recall didn't like, and now it's why it's throwing these codes. Moving forward, we're going to talk about what I did to fix my issues. So far, so good. And would I buy a 4xe again? The issue we were having was charge port malfunction, which is also an issue you can have with some of the recall issues they've been having. And there are continual updates for this system. And one way to tell is if you've got the latest update is on the 2021 model anyway, the electric, hybrid, and e-save mode were not latching, meaning when you turn your vehicle off, if you had it on e-save or electric and you restart your vehicle, it would always go back to hybrid. If yours is now a latching, and say you have an electric and you restart your vehicle and it goes back to electric, you likely have the full updates. No less, as of just a week or two ago, there's been further updates, so I would check with your dealership to make sure you have all the latest software updates. Mine did have the latest software updates, and we were still getting a check charging system fail indicator. So what ended up doing is they test the charging system. There's a small portion of a harness that goes from here down into the engine compartment, and that actually on mine needed to be replaced. There was something that was malfunctioning in there. Timing was bad because we didn't know if it was actually a mechanical problem or if it was just something in the updates that was causing this failure. But again, Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram went above and beyond. They really dug in deep, and they reached out to engineering team at Chrysler, and they helped me out get through these issues. Up to 20,000 miles, basically I would consider ourselves trouble-free. We had a few hiccups here between 20 and 30,000 miles. If you're interested in purchasing one of these vehicles, I would still consider it. I think Jeep has done a good job of trying to basically keep in front of this issue. This is a first-time vehicle. We went into it knowing that we're kind of guinea pigs on this, so it depends on your attitude on on when you purchase the vehicle. It's never left us stranded, and we've had good luck. My wife is the primary driver of this, so I'll let her tell you a little bit more about her experience and if she would purchase another 4xe. But as always, thanks for watching our channel. Please like and subscribe.
So I'm April, and this is my daily driver. I've been a Jeep owner for a long time, so I love the 4xe. We've had minimal issues, but overall the vehicle is probably my favorite vehicle I've ever owned. I love the fact that I can go on electric. The instant heat and the heated seats in the winter is the most phenomenal thing ever. So I do love that about it. I love the fact that it still rides and drives like a Jeep, but I can get great mileage. I do a lot of driving, so I can get good mileage going there to work pretty much entirely on a charge. I do wish that I had the ability to charge more frequently, as I can only make it one way on charge and then back on gas. But overall, my favorite vehicle I've ever owned, despite the few issues we've had. Even though we have had some issues with this and some recalls, I don't think that any vehicle is perfect. We haven't had a lot more than any other vehicle we've owned in the past. And we have had a good outcome with the fixes and repairs on the recalls. So overall, I love the vehicle and would highly recommend it. Thanks to our friends at Camp Jeep for the fleeces here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content.